Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Miles Johnson Imadria, your analytical chemistry instructor, and I will be discussing the continuation of our discussion regarding the gravimetric analysis. So we have here the calculation of results from gravimetric data. Let us proceed first with the two experimental measurements. First, we have the weight of the sample, and second, the weight of a known composition precipitate. So, the weight of the sample and the weight of a known composition precipitate are the two experimental measurements. Please don't forget that when we are talking about the word precipitate, it is the thing we weigh, usually in a different form than the analyte whose weight we wish to find. Please don't forget that when we are talking about the analyte, these are the substances of an unknown composition. Unknown, ibig sabihin kailangan pa po natin siyang hanapin. It is the substance we wish to find. While when we are talking about the word titrant, but here in the gravimetric analysis or when we are talking about precipitation, it is the precipitate. So the titrant is the substance being added to the analyte wherein yung titrant po natin meron siyang known composition. Unlike the analyte, it is an unknown composition. When we are talking about gravimetric factor, kaya nga pa binabanggit dito, calculation of results from gravimetric data, we need also the value of the gravimetric factor. When we are talking about gravimetric factor or the GF, which represents the weight of analyte per unit weight of precipitate. So we are getting the relationship of the analyte to the weight of the precipitate. So we have here the formula. Please don't forget that the formula for the gravimetric factor is molecular weight of analyte, which is expressed in grams per mole, divided by the molar weight of the precipitate, which is expressed in grams per mole. Please don't forget that the MW means molar weight, while the unit is grams per mole. But if it is if gagamitin niya na po siya sa atin pong values later on, it must be grams per mole without the letter E. We need also to multiply it to R, where R stands for ratio between the number of the coefficients of the analyte to the coefficient of the precipitate. So R means A times B, A divided by B, which means that it is the ratio of the analyte to the precipitate. So again, gravimetric factor is equal to molar weight of analyte, which is expressed in grams per mole, divided by the molar weight of the precipitate, which is expressed in grams per mole, times the ratio of its coefficients. So let us have an example. We have here the analyte, which is the phosphorus, while the precipitate is, we have here the Ag3PO4. So the first thing you need to do is to identify first the analyte. Of course, when we are talking about the analyte, nakalagay naman na po siya dyan mismo, the analyte is the phosphorus, while the precipitate is the Ag3PO4. Next, if you will observe the analyte to the precipitate, you have to identify what is the key element. Pag sinasabi po natin key element, what is present in both substances? Ano pang nakikita ninyo sa analyte? Of course, we have here the phosphorus. And kung mapapansin po ninyo sa precipitate, makikita rin po natin si phosphorus. Ag3PO4, na dun po si phosphorus po natin. So our key element is the phosphorus. So of course, both substances contain how many atoms of phosphorus? Meron lang po tayo nakikita dyan, 1. So 1 atom of phosphorus, din dito po, iisa lang din po siya. So, both substances contain one atom of phosphorus. Now, in order to get the gravimetric factor, again, we have GF is equal to the molar weight of the analyte divided by the molar weight of the titrant, of the precipitate, I should say. O yan po, please don't forget that. Then, times the ratio, which is expressed in A divided by B. What is the molar weight of the phosphorus? Ano nakita po ninyo ang molar weight niya? It is 31. How about the molar weight of the precipitate? What is the molar weight of the precipitate? It is 419. Sir, saan nyo po nakikita dyan yung sinasabi nating 31 and 419? Double check your periodic table of elements. If you will see the molar weight or the molar weight of the phosphorus, it is in 30.97. Pero with this one po, I need a whole number lang po. So instead of 30.97, it is expressed in 2 decimal places. I need 1 lang po. So 31 lang po siya. How about the 419? Ilan po bang nakikita po ninyo sa silver? Meron po tayong 3. Ilan po ba nakikita ninyong atomic mass ni silver natin? It is 107.87 times 107.87, that is 108. 108 times 3, that is 324. So 324 plus 31, the weight of the phosphorus. Then oxygen, that is 16.00 times 4, that is 64. So we have to add that one now. 324 plus 419. 324 plus 31 plus 64. The molar weight of the precipitate now is 419. So, nakuha po ulit siya doon sa nakikita po ninyong atomic mass po ng bawat substances. Again, check po ninyo kung ilan muna ang bilang ng atoms niya. Like dito sa silver po, meron po siya 3. So, 3 times 108, that is 324. Nag-iisa lang naman po si phosphorus, kaya 31. Tapos si oxygen po natin, meron po tayong 4. So 4 times 16, that is 64. So 324 plus 31 plus 64, that is 419. So 31 divided by 419. Ano na po ngayon ang kanyang ratio? Again, check po ninyo kung ilan po ang bilang ni analyte and ang bilang ni precipitate po. Ilan po nakikita niyo yung phosphorus sa analyte po natin? Iisa lang po. Ayan, iisa lang naman po siya. How about the phosphorus in the precipitate? It is only 1 din po. So, times 1 na lang yan. 31 divided by 419 times 1, the answer is, what is the answer? The answer now is 0.07. That is now the answer po dyan. So, wala po siyang unit. Understood po ba? Well, let us have another example. Let us have this one. The second example, we have here the analyte K2HPO4 and the precipitate is still Ag3PO4. Mapapansin po ninyo kanina, sa analyte po natin, nag-iisa lang po siya. It is just the phosphorus, kaya mas madali pong ma-identify ang kanyang key element. Pero dito naman po, it is now in a molecule. So the first thing you need to do is to again identify kung ano ang kanyang key element. Anong ibig sabihin kapag sinasabi nating key element? What is present in both the substances po? Meron po tayong nakikitang K, H, P, and O dito. How about this one? Meron tayong Ag, pero wala po tayong presence ni K, pati ni H po rito sa side. Pero dito, pareho pong si PO4, the phosphate, and si phosphate dito kay Ag3PO4, present din po siya. So automatically, our key element or our key substance now is the PO4. Pero kung papansin po ninyo, iisa lang naman din po ang bilang ni phosphorus dyan. The same goes with the precipitate. Apat din po dito, apat din po dito. So the same na lang po na key element natin ay si phosphorus. Since we are talking about element only. So isa na lang pinili ko. So the key element is phosphorus. Next, of course, check po ninyo ulit ang bilang of, mamaya na lang yun. Proceed na tayo ngayon sa formula po ulit niya. Sa GF. GF is equal to molar weight of the analyte divided by the molar weight of the precipitate. It should be expressed in P pala to, Sensya na. Since we are talking about precipitate, sige. Molar weight of the precipitate. What is the molar weight of the analyte? We have K2HPO4. Ano ang kanyang value? 174. Again, paano ulit ako kay molar weight po niya? Pag-plus nyo lang po yung kanyang bilang po. Diba? For example, si potassium. What is the value of the potassium? The atomic mass of the potassium, that is 39.09. It means it is 39. 39 times 2, that is 78. Tapos meron tayo nag-iisang hydrogen lang dyan, 1. Tapos ano nga ulit ang atomic mass ni phosphorus natin? That is 31. 31 plus the oxygen, 4 atoms of oxygen, 64. Pag-add natin, that is 78 plus 1 plus 31 plus 64. That is now 174. Doon po nakuha ang kanyang molar mass. So 174 divided by the molar mass or the molar weight. The same lang po silang dalawa. Molar mass or the molar weight of the precipitate, which is 419. What is now the ratio? Ilan po nakikita ninyong phosphorus sa analyte? We have only 1. How about sa precipitate? Only 1 din po. So times 1 lang po tayo dyan. Times 1. So 174 divided by 419 times 1, the answer now is 0.42. That is now the gravimetric factor for the analyte K2HPO4 and the precipitate Ag3PO4. Let us have another example. Let us make it complicated naman ngayon. Last example, we have here the analyte bismuth, 2 atoms of bismuth and the 3 atoms of sulfur, and yung precipitate po niya is the barium sulfate. The first thing you need to do is, again, identify what is the key element. Let us observe the analyte. Meron po tayong presence ni bismuth and ni sulfur. How about this one? Wala po tayong nakikitang bismuth dyan. It is barium. So automatically cancel. Wala din po kayong makikitang oxygen sa reactant sa analyte. So cancel din po yan. So ang naiwan lang po dyan is the sulfur. So that is our key element. The sulfur. So let us now solve for the gravimetric factor. molar weight of the analyte divided by the molar weight of the precipitate times the ratio, which is expressed in A, the coefficient of the analyte divided by V, B, the coefficient of the precipitate or the titrant po. So, molar weight of the analyte, ano pong binigay po dyan? That is 514. Divided by what is the molar weight of the precipitate? That is 233.4 or 233. I-whole number na lang po natin siya. Times what is the ratio now? Siguro ang iisipin po ninyo ay magiging 1/3 po siya. Because meron po tayo nakikita dito na, hindi. Ang gagawin po muna pala ay, mapapansin po ninyo, meron po tayong ilan pong atoms of sulfur dito. Meron tayong 3. How about this one? Nag-iisa lang po siya. And to balance the number of sulfur, we must weigh 3 dito sa atin pong precipitate. We must weigh 3 units of the barium sulfate for every 1 unit of the B2S3. So 1. So instead of 3, 1, since there are 3 atoms of the sulfur in the analyte, tapos meron tayong iisa po dito sa atin pong precipitate. Again, the explanation behind that na instead of 3/1, magiging 1/3 because our target here is to balance the number of sulfur in both sides of the analyte and the precipitate. Again, yes, 3 po ang nakikita ninyong atoms of sulfur sa analyte, kaya 3 po yung nauna. Tapos, ang bilang po ni precipitate ay iisa lang po. Si sulfur dun sa precipitate, so isa lang. But then, our target is to balance the number of the sulfur in the analyte to the precipitate. So, we must weigh 3 units of the barium sulfate for every 1 unit of the B2S3. Yan po siya. So, it is expressed now into 1/3. So, 514 divided by 514 divided by 233 times the ratio, which is 1/3. The answer now is 0.74. That is now the answer. I hope nagigets po ninyo. Okay? Kindly solve this one. For the last example, kindly solve it. Then I will send the correct answer tomorrow. Tama, tomorrow. That is Sunday po. Yes. Okay, let us now proceed with another formula. Weight of analyte is equal to weight of precipitate times the gravimetric factor. So it is just a component in getting the weight of the analyte, the gravimetric factor. Nagsisimula pa lang po tayo. So let us have an example. We have here the calculate the weight of the barium and chlorine present in 25.0 grams of the barium chloride. First, you have to identify what is the analyte and what is the precipitate. Okay, copyin po muna natin formula. Weight of the analyte is equal to weight of the precipitate times the GF. Tama ba? Let me check. Weight of analyte is equal to weight of precipitate times the gravimetric factor. Yan yung formula natin in getting the weight of the analyte. First, meron na po diyang, kailangan po muna pala nating i-identify kung ano po ang analyte and kung ano ang precipitate. Ang kailangan po ninyong gawin para mas madali po kayong mag-identify kung ano ang analyte and kung ano ang precipitate, identify po ninyo kung ano ang missing. Pag sinasabi nga ulit nating analyte, when we are talking about the word analyte, di ba pag sinasabi nating analyte, it is a substance of an unknown composition. So yun po ang lagi po nating hinahanap. Question: in our problem, calculate the weight of barium and chlorine present in 25.0 grams of barium chloride. What is or what are our missing variable? We have here the barium and the chlorine. So automatically, since siya po ang hinahanap, automatically they are called the analyte. Since we have two analytes here, the barium and the chlorine, isa-isahin po natin sila. So we have to determine the weight of the analyte. First, the weight of the barium. So weight of the barium, ano ulit yan? Ba muna, di ba? Ba. What is the symbol for barium? Let me check na, baka may mali ako. Saan yung barium dito? Ba. Ba. Weight of the barium is equal to weight of the precipitate. What is the given weight of precipitate? Meron na pang binigay dyan, which is 25.0 grams of barium chloride. So 25.0 grams of the barium chloride times. Paano ulit kuhanin po ang gravimetric factor po natin? First, you have to identify the weight of the what do you call this one? Anong ulit sa numerator natin? Molecular weight of the analyte. What is our molecular weight for the barium? Ano pa nakikita nyo atomic mass si barium dyan? That is 137.33. 137.33 grams per mole. Divided by kung ano po ang molar weight ng atin pong precipitate. Ano nga ulit ang ating precipitate? That is barium chloride. So automatically, kailangan din po nating kuhanin ang atomic mass ni chlorine natin. What is the atomic mass of chlorine? That is 35.45. And kung papansinin po natin ang atin pong precipitate, the barium chloride, meron siyang dalawang atoms. So 35.45 times 2, 35.45 times 2, that is now 70.9, plus the atomic mass of the barium, which is 137.33. The answer is 208.23. So divided by 208.23 grams per mole. What is now the answer? Again, 25.0 grams of barium chloride times 137.33 grams per mole divided by 208.23 grams per mole. The answer now is 20. What is now the answer? The answer now is 16.49. Magkakaroon tayo ng cancellation dito. Cancellation. So the unit is 16.49 barium. Barium lang po. Kasi 'di ba dito ang unit niya ay barium Cl2. Tapos ito barium dito. Cancellation din dito part. So the correct answer is 25.0 grams of the barium. How about the next one? The weight of the second analyte, the chlorine. So weight of chlorine is equal to weight of the precipitate, which is 25.0 grams. 25.0 grams of the barium chloride times. Ilan po ang ulit ang atomic mass si chlorine natin? It is 35.45. Pero meron tayong dalawang atoms of chlorine na present. So 35.45 times 2, that is 70.9 grams per mole of the chlorine. Divided by what is the atomic mass of the chlorine atom? That is 208.23. 208.23 grams per mole of the barium chloride. Meron tayong presence di grams per mole, cancellation. Barium chloride din dito, barium chloride. Pakisagatan po, 25.0 grams of barium chloride times 70.9 grams per mole of chlorine divided by 208.23 grams per mole of the barium chloride. The correct answer now is 8.51. The correct answer now is 8.51 grams of what is our analyte, the chlorine. I hope na-gets po ninyo yan. So, ito po, 16.49 grams of barium. Then dito, 8.51 grams of chlorine. Let us make it more complicated. So, in gravimetric analysis, we are generally interested in the percent composition by weight of the analyte in the sample. That is, percent of analyte is equal to weight of analyte in grams divided by weight of the sample in grams times 100. Kung kanina ang hinahanap lang po natin ay yung weight ng atin pong analyte, diba? First, yung gravimetric factor, because that is just a part of the weight of the analyte. So after weight of the analyte, let us now proceed in identifying kapag ang missing variable naman ay percent of analyte. So percent of analyte is equal to weight of analyte divided by weight of the sample, which is expressed in grams times 100. So let us have an example. An ore sample is analyzed and found to contain 5.97% of the manganese. What mass of the Mn3O4, or what we call the permanganate, which is ang kanyang molar weight ay 228.82 grams per mole, precipitate can be extracted in a 1.52 grams of this sample. Para mas madali po natin siyang maintindihan, ilapag po natin kung ano po yung mga given na values. Given. First, may given po tayong sample mass. Meron tayong given na sample mass. What is the sample mass in the given? Sabi dyan, an ore sample is analyzed and found to contain 5.97% of the manganese. What mass of the permanganate? Molar weight is 228.82 grams per mole. Precipitate can be extracted in a 1.52 grams a sample. So the sample mass is 1.52 grams. Next, you have to identify the analyte. What is our analyte? The manganese. Di ba yun ang hinahanap po natin? Manganese. Bakit si manganese? Double check po ninyo. What and our samples analyzed and found to contain the manganese. So that is our analyte. So the analyte is manganese. Ano po ulit yung binigay? 5.97% of the sample. Diba? Please don't forget when we are talking about the analyte, it must be expressed in grams per mole. But ang binigay lang po niya ay into percentage. So ilagay po muna natin 5.97% of the given sample, of the sample mass. Next, the last one, we identify what is the precipitate. Our precipitate is again the permanganate, the Mn3O4. What is the given molar weight of the precipitate? May binigay po dyan, which is 228.82 grams per mole. So, lagay po natin doon, 228.82 grams per mole. Ang hinahanap po natin dyan, what mass of the permanganate precipitate can be extracted in a 1.52 grams of this sample. Ang first po ninyong gawin, hanapin muna ang mass of the manganese. Bakit yun ang unang hahanapin? Because in the given po, it is only a percentage. So, kailangan po muna nating i-identify ang mass of the manganese. Manganese, ang kanyang symbol ay Mn. Then, mass of manganese is equal to, the first thing you need to do is to get again kung ano po ang sample mass, which is 1.52 grams. 1.52 grams times, ano po yung binigay na percentage? 5.97%. You have to translate or convert it into a decimal place. So 5.97 times 100, that is 0.0597. So our mass of the analyte, which is the manganese, that is now 0.0907 grams. That is now the mass of the manganese. Second, since nakuha na po natin ang mass of the manganese, ang second po natin gawin is to identify the gravimetric factor. Determine the gravimetric factor. Again, GF is equal to molar weight of the precipitate, divided by the analytical weight of the analyte times kung ano ang kanyang ratio. First, meron po tayong ano po ulit ang binigay na molar weight of the precipitate? That is 228.82. 228.82. Just a reminder, analytical weight of the analyte is just the same with molecular weight of the analyte. AW is just the same with MW. So 228.82 grams per mole of the precipitate. How about the molecular weight of the analyte, which is the manganese? We have 54.94. Kaya ni-double check nga kung 54.94 si manganese natin. yung manganese ko dito? Tama, 54.94. 54.94 grams per mole. Then what is our ratio? Ano dapat ang nasa taas at ano ang nasa baba? Diba sabi natin kanina, check po muna ninyo kung ilan po ang bilang ng present na manganese doon po sa precipitate natin. Ilan pong nakikita po ninyo dyan? Meron po tayong iisa na analyte. How about the precipitate? It is 3. O, diba since ang nakikita po kasi ninyo dito na nasa taas si precipitate, so dapat 3 yan. So, tatlo ang kanyang bilang. How about the analyte? That is only 1. Pero please don't forget, binanggit ko po kanina na hindi po 3/1 ang kanyang ratio. Diba binanggit ko kanina na to balance the number of the key element in the analyte to the precipitate, we must baliktarin siya. Diba yun ang goal lang natin, pinakamadali lang na tignan, baliktarin na lang po siya. Again, diba dito yun kanina? Nasaan yun? Oh, instead of 3-1, ginawa ko siyang 1-3. Bakit po? Again, to balance the key element, which is the sulfur. We must weigh 3 units of the barium sulfate for every 1 unit of the B2S3. Ganun rin po yung gagawin po natin dito. May nakita po kayong 3 precipitate. Tapos, iisa lang po ang analyte. To balance the number of the manganese, the analyte po, we must weigh 1 unit. 1 unit of the precipitate for every 3 units of the manganese. So, 1/3 po yan. Binaliktad ko lang po ang kanyang ratio. Ganun po kasi yun. Kailangan po nating i-balance ang bilang niya. So, solve na po natin. 228.82 divided by 54.94 times 1/3. The answer now is 1.39. Paki-double check nga. The answer for the gravimetric factor, that is 1.39. That is just the gravimetric factor pa lang. Di ba ang missing variable natin? What is the mass of the permanganate or the precipitate po natin that can be extracted in a 1.52 grams of the sample? So third step natin, second step pa lang yan. Let us now proceed with the third step. Wait lang, burahin ko na lang po ito. Magka-share na lang natin. Wait lang Okay, let us now proceed with the third step. With the third step, you have to identify now the mass of the precipitate. So mass of Mn3O4, the precipitate, is equal to what is the mass of the manganese, which is the analyte, times the GF or the gravimetric factor. What is the mass of our manganese? Ano po yung nakuha po natin sa taas kanina? What is the mass of the manganese? That is 0.0907. So, 0.0907 0.07 grams times what is our gravimetric factor? 1.39. What is now the answer? 0.0907 times 1.39. The correct answer is 0.1261 grams. Just a reminder, if it is a decimal point or decimal point po, like 0 po, below 0, kailangan ko po, below 1 na lang, tama. Below 1, if it is below 1, like 0.99 below and below, automatically I need 4 decimal places. Alam nyo naman na po yan. If it is more than 1, 1.01 higit, I need 2 decimal places lang. Again, if it is more than 1, 1.01, 1.32, and so on, I need 2 decimal places. If it is below 1, 0.99 and below, I need 4 decimal places. So the correct answer now is 0.1261 grams. That is now the mass of the precipitate. I hope nagigets niyo po siya. Okay. The last example now, kindly solve this one. Again, I will post the correct answer on Sunday po. Again, I will post the correct answer on Sunday. So that ends the computation regarding the gravimetric analysis. Again, just the calculations in the gravimetric analysis. I will post later on kung ano po ang calculations naman for the volumetric analysis. Okay, if you have questions,